What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Tower of God New World video. All right, guys, we got an interesting one today. I got a message from somebody on the main Discord, and then they DM'd me, being like, "Hey, Payne, I don't know if you saw these videos, but there's actually a nifty little trick to avoid your long casting animation units from getting killed if you do a simple thing." And I'm like, all right, cool. What are you talking about? Obviously, like, if you're anything like me and you play these gacha games, you hate watching the animations more than one time, right? You want to, like, time management is like the utmost important thing for a lot of gacha players, because you just try to, like, rush through as much content as you possibly can while still enjoying the game, but also optimizing your time management, right? So to me, this was like, what in the world are you talking about? So I'm going to show you guys a little trick somebody showed me. Now, shout out to Vulcan, and maybe Rokage even did this. I'm not even sure. I didn't even know they made these videos. I haven't really been paying attention to it. But since we all have different audiences, I figured, hell, why the hell not watch and learn from the person who showed it to me? So shout out to him. And then also I went back and watched their videos to be like, does this make any sense? And look like it did. So I'm going to share this little trick with you guys as well. This has pretty much been my summoning every freaking time, but let's just get this out of the way. Sorry guys, real quick here. It's friendship summon. I don't know why I did a single. It was an accident. I just want to see if I can get anything out of these multis here. So essentially what happens here, and this is a unique little trick, and again, being impatient in gachas and not wanting to deal with long animations and watching them more than once, you obviously will do what I do, and that's turn them off, right? But what ends up happening is if you allow the animations to actually play out, it can actually save the life of a lot of units who have long animations. So let's use a simple one like Wang Nanjia, who has a wind up, right? And when he's winding up, somebody can simply just clip him and take him out. But while the animation is on, he actually doesn't have that that vulnerability, because the animation takes over what would be normally the wind up, and everything stops. Essentially, like, all the battle stops until he's done the animation, then the cast goes off. This applies to Evan, this applies to Evan Kale, this will apply to anyone who has a long animation cast, right? And this also applies to some actives as well too. So take example like Evan's whirlwind move that he holds up in the air for very long. If you watch him cast the animation, again, when he's done, no one's vulnerable. Everything stops until the animation is gone. So no one's getting hit, and everything is pretty much on a standstill. And I think this is a very unique thing to talk about, because if you can avoid getting killed mid-animation just by having your animations on, then that's going to help you progress through some storylines. So let's just show you guys what we're talking about here. Okay, so I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick little swaparoo here for the teams, and put in... I'm gonna put in hats here. Actually, let me just do a little swap here, guys. See if hats makes a difference. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. It'll make more sense, I think, if you guys see it, and you guys can see some of the longest casting people right here. And we'll leave the animation on. We'll try both teams out and see how it goes. Right? I don't know if it's gonna work out really well. It may or may not. But I want to try this out to show you guys how this is supposed to work and what you should expect. So remember, like, we're going to go non-animations first, and then we're going to go animations after. So you guys can see the before and after kind of scenario. So I think it'll be the best example, okay? So we'll run at normal speed. Just watch the fight. If I win, great. We'll move on. We'll try it somewhere else. If I don't win, we'll try again to see if the animation thing helps us actually defeat the enemies this time around. It may not, because I might be underpowered, whatever the case may be, or my teams just might not be as good. But let's turn animations off for now. Let's see. Hold on. Off. Okay, you guys can see here, see those casts right there? So that cast would have normally been an animation, and everything would have stopped. So all attacks would, right there, that would have stopped with hats as well. This here would have, well, this already actually does stop. So this is exactly what would happen during animation. What happened with that as a hard there? Everything would just essentially stop moving, and no one would be attacking. And this applies to actives as well, where things will freeze. Now, some supers already have this built in. Obviously, you guys saw some of those animations already stop, right? But some actives don't have that built in. So this will actually help a lot of units who have long animations, like Evan, for example, as a prime example, not have to deal with people attacking other people. For example, when he's doing that whole wind-up move, right, with the whirlwind. So nifty little trick. So shout out to the guy who told me about it. Also, shout out to the content creators who made the content about it as well, because I had to kind of see if this was true, and they did a good example showing it off. So let's just kill off Charizard over here. His name is not Charizard. I'm just being an asshole. His shield is crazy. Okay, so there's one down. So okay, that one worked out pretty well. Let's see now if we can do it here with the second team. I'll let it run faster so you guys can kind of see. Now watch what happens here. Okay, so Rack dies. So this right here is normal for that to run. Okay, because this is also a good way to stop everything from happening. But when you're doing the actives mostly, that's when the problems start, right? Okay, so this team is actually just getting destroyed right now. So it's a bad example. I'm actually winning this one. So not exactly. That wasn't exactly the point here. The point was I wanted to die and then show you guys what I was talking about. Okay, well at least I can show you guys some of the actives and how they work. Unless this guy ends up killing everybody. Devil Wings over here. Yeah, he actually might end up killing everybody. So right there, and that's another example right there. See how Evan was being attacked there while he was doing his clock cast? That's a perfect example there of what should not be happening, right? Okay, this is perfect. Okay, so everyone died. Perfect. This is actually what I wanted. Okay, now we're going to go and actually show you guys how it works with the animations on. So same team. Okay, Rack's just going to die. We're going to let him go. But we're going to put the animations on this time, okay? And you guys can see what I'm talking about. So you saw there how Evan, when he was doing his clock move there, the second time around, was actually getting hit. You can avoid that, right, by doing this right here. Okay, so Rack's gonna die, that's fine. We're not gonna... Oh, and Evan died. Or Evan died. So right here, this is what I'm talking about. This right here would normally, on the second animation at least, he was being attacked, right? So this is where he would be getting hit. But right now, because we're casting it this way, no one's being touched. All things stop. Now, that's the beauty of that, right? Same with this, right? The wind up. Here's normally he would wind up. Now, things stopped the first time around, but the second time, nothing stopped. Everything just kept going. So we unfortunately had to watch Evan get his butt kicked. Oh, everyone's just dying in this round. So this is a bad example round. Okay, so everyone died here. That was just a bad example. But you guys kind of saw what I'm talking about when the casting was happening. Like everything was on a standstill. Nobody was getting hit. So this is a trick to kind of help you guys. Here, I'm gonna take Rack out. He's honestly pointless for me there. Let me put someone else in here. Let's put in somebody else. Let's see. We're fighting all. Let's try Yuri. Why not? I don't think I even have anything equipped on her. Oh, never mind. I do have things equipped on her. I take that back. Yeah, let's do this. And let's try that again. Yeah, this is fine. Actually, no. Try here. I'm using Evan Kill because I want to show you guys the animation trick, right? That's the whole purpose here, so. Okay, let's see this again. Yuri's dead. Okay, here we go. So see, no one's getting hit. All the HP stays the same. He cast this, and you guys don't have to worry now about. And same with her, right? Normally she'd be getting hit while this cast. She'd be going up in the air. She would get hit a few times before she gets, but then she gets invincibility during this cast anyway. So you're kind of okay with this one. But the vortex, for example, is one you really want to avoid being caught in, right? So here, another animation. Everything you just saw, everything just stopped there. So again, long cast animations are great in this case because everything will just stay in one place. No one's moving. And everyone's just gonna get hit by that now. Here's Bomb doing the same thing now with his stun and his ranged attack with ignition. Okay, here we go again. See, look, nobody moved there when he was casting that. Everyone stood still. Here, another one right here. You're kind of watching it. Now the second time around, though, what ends up happening is you'll notice that the animation no longer does that. See, now this thing stops here as well, and then the cast happens, right? Now, here you have to be a little bit more careful. You saw that the second time around, though, it does not do that. So you can do this only a limited amount of times before it stops allowing you to continuously cast it like that way, right? So keep that in mind when you're playing this. That's the biggest limit to it, really, is that there is a limitation to how often it can happen. So there, Bomb just did his animation there. I'm just not having enough DPS to kill these guys. Man, it's crazy. Oh, come on, really? There you go. But at least you saw how it happened, right? More units survived that time, etc. Right? So try that animation thing out. Apparently, it's working for a lot of units. It doesn't always work all the time for every unit, by the way. Just so you know, it's mostly for long casting units that it matters. If anybody knows a better trick of doing this, let us know. Like this, it's incredible watching the community come up with certain things like this. But keep going at it, guys. This is great. This is great things to know about. Like I love that the community shares this kind of information, and it's a big deal because people who are like sharing this are also the ones testing, and it's helping content creators get the message out to other players in terms of what they should be doing and what they can be doing to improve. So again, big ups to those guys who provided that info, and it's awesome to see people working together like this. So I'm gonna try to finish the stage up, but I hope this animation trick helps you guys out in the grand scheme of things, especially if you're having some of your units die. All right, guys, this is Payne. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.